we have the Page of Wands coming up as your underlying energy. Now, for some of you, it may be that there's some form of news or communication that you get this week that changes everything. But that's not how I like to read. I don't believe in a wait and see energy. I don't think anything just happens. And I kind of talk about this in the outro as well. This is about what you want. How do you feel, right? Wands is about the energy that we put out to the world. So maybe you send a message or news to someone, right? This can also be, I always feel like he's the adventurer. He's very much like the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands likes to go and explore. He's all about the adventure. Well, this is the beginning. You know, we're very excited, very enthusiastic to start something. Pages for me are like aces. So you have almost 3 aces here. You have those 2 aces. I see pages as that kind of energy too, something new that begins. It's small, it's just beginning, but it can pan out into something else. And so your underlying energy this week, it is about something that, you know, how can I express my creativity or my passions or whatever it is, right? The direction that I want to go in. And it may be a completely new direction. And I'm not surprised you want to go in a completely new direction if this is what happened the last time, wherever you were. We have the 10 of Swords coming up at the heart of this reading, and that's the worst is over. The worst is over, but bloody hell did the worst happen to you. This is when we're left in the dirt with 10 swords in us, right? And swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our ideas, and how we communicate them. So somebody could have gone overkill on some shit that they said about you. Or, you know, whatever this was, it was hurtful. It was hurtful. And that's about the best thing that you can say about the 10 of Swords is that it's done. You may be at rock bottom now. You may have been left like this, but a new day is dawning and it's time to pull out those 10 swords. If you have a look here, like the clouds are kind of, there's like the sun peeping through the clouds now. The clouds are starting to clear. And yeah, you know, that's a new day is dawning. You're over this, but that's still there. If it's coming up at the heart, it's the focus. I feel like it's moving on from this, but that's the completion of some cycle. And it is. That's the major theme that's coming in here. Now, the 6 of Wands is coming up as your past energy. Now, I always say this. That's last week, last month, last year. It doesn't matter. It just shows why we are where we are. Because you've done so much to get over this. You've done so much. I mean, the 6 of Wands is recognition for the work that you've put in. It's pride in what you've done. Now, it's a general reading, so the energies can play both ways. I don't know if you're dealing with someone like this, but this is the past, and it's saying that in the past you've put in a lot of effort, you know, and you're being recognized for that. This is a victory of sorts, you know. He's kind of climbed up on his horse and he's saying, hey, look at me, look what I did. And maybe now that's why you're ready for a fresh start. And you might not have been. You may not have been for a while. You may have just been like getting through whatever you were getting through. But now you're ready for that fresh start with the Page of Wands here. And have a look at what comes in. We have the Ace of Swords in your present. Now, the cycle runs from the Ace, right? All the way to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of Swords. That's the cycle. But then it begins again from the Ace. So this really says to me when the Ace of Swords shows up, it's another victory card. So we have one here from what you've done. This is you're going forward with your truth. That's where the victory comes in. You're able to speak your truth. You know, you get the truth. If you've been waiting for an answer, it might have been like, why the hell did you do this? And you get that answer. But I don't think that's going to be for too many, because for me, this is usually about your sword of truth. Aces are about where we begin. And we hold up our sword of truth. We feel victorious because we have our own truth. We are clear on where we're going. And usually we use this sword, we've cut away all of this stuff. Cut away all the other 9 that weren't working for us. So you step forward with a new perspective. You step forward with maybe even a new way of communicating. But we have a new truth. And I'm going to say this. Sometimes when I see the Ace of Swords, and it's that whole thing of the pen is mightier than the sword, because it is about truth and ideas. And so I know people see the wands, and you have plenty of wands here as well, as the writing or the creativity card. But this is almost, for me, I'm getting for someone, it may just be for one person, that you're telling your story, because this is the only kind of really dark energy that's here, and it's in the middle and it's the focus. So it's almost that to get over this, you're telling that story. That's your new beginning. You're writing your story. Maybe it's a blog post, maybe you're writing a letter, or you're writing a book. But we get that here. We get that here, that, you know, this is speaking that truth. That's how that kind of catharsis happens, that healing energy comes in. And with the Page of Wands here, that is creative as well, right? So I'm getting a strong writer vibe here, or, the words, or say standing up on a podium, maybe speaking to an audience of this is the pain I went through to help other people, sharing your experience, because you have pride, what you went through, what you did, you're proud of that. And where does that lead? Well, we have the Ace of Pentacles coming up as a future energy. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful energy. This is, because think about it, this is someone who they don't have stability or security or anything. They bloody have 10 swords in them. This is everything might have been taken away from you. This is rebuilding now with the Ace of Pentacles. And this is something solid. It's earth energy. It's where we place each brick in the foundation solidly to have that firm foundation to build something that's going to stand the test of time. I mean, I love it. Thinking clearly, communicating your truth. And from that comes, that's what I mean. This could be a new income source. This is truly a writer's reading. I'm telling you, if you're trying to write something, or a speaker, or someone who's using, you might be starting a charity or something based off of what you went through. But this doesn't feel like a negative here. It's something that happened. But look at the cards around it. It's something that you're moving on from, and not just moving on from it. You're not just surviving this. You're using it to thrive now. That's the whole Ace of Pentacles. You're thriving because of this. You're using it. Out of this comes a new stability. Now, if you're not writing, creating, or doing any of that stuff, you're now moving on from this for sure. For the first time, you may have, this could be, if you were left without a job, you might have, whatever happened to you, you didn't have an income, or someone did this in a relationship to you. This can be the beginning of a new relationship, a new way of earning money. It's all of those things. Beautiful energy. It's my favorite ace, the Ace of Pentacles. What's the advice? The advice is the World, which is pretty amazing. So have a look here. I want you to think. You've got 3 victory cards. This is like a pat on the back kind of reading. Well done for surviving this, Cancer. Those of you that this message resonates with, and you will know, there won't be, please don't try to make it fit. Those of you that know what you've been through, there's no denying this. You won't have to think, oh, I wonder if it was that, because you will know. No one forgets being stabbed with words that way, right? And the World is another victory card. And it says, now you have completed that cycle. Whatever you were to learn from that, you've gone through the whole journey. I see the whole journey here. It's almost, what's that 5 stages of grief? When something happens with someone, when we're dealing with some kind of loss or illness or whatever it is. And I know it's been criticized and stuff, but I just want to use it as an example. Dabda, right? Where we're in denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and then acceptance. And that's what came to mind, that someone's gone through all of that. You've gotten everything out of this, and now you've not just survived it, you're using what you learned from this situation to thrive, to build something new. And the World is saying that too. It's saying that enjoy whatever success that you've had. Some of you might have experienced some initial success. The reason maybe you're writing a book is because you wrote a blog post on it and it did really well. I'm sorry I keep going there, but it's that kind of energy. Please apply it. If that fits with you, this 10 of Swords, apply it as you will. But like I said, you'll know if it's your message or not. But you're getting ready to start something new. It's a whole brand new life cycle that's coming in for you, and you're just closing it off. Now, the World, it doesn't just like it ends tonight and the new cycle begins tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. It's transitional. And the World says the mountain that you've climbed, just stand at the top for a minute and enjoy the view, because you went through so much to get up here. You bloody did go through a lot to get up here. What a reading to end with, Cancer. Thank you so much. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Well, hell yeah. And that's our ability to love. Not just our love for a person or a thing. It can be those things, but our ability to love. This whole reading, it's kind of overcoming adversity. Strength and courage in the face of whatever the hell went on here. And to be able to love, to have this sense of innocence, to have a sense of passion still coming out of that, that's pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing. Okay. That's kind of strange, but that one was kind of with it. So chop wood is about doing the day-to-day. And I think that's more the World. You've got to the end of this, and it's, chop wood, especially if you don't know what your next move is. You don't know what your next move is. And they are coming in, trust me. With these new opportunities, that's what aces are. It says like chop wood, sweep the floors, do the day-to-day. Sometimes in the kind of the mundane tasks of the daily, that's when we get those ideas. That's when we get struck by the, oh my God, I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. But it comes in when we're doing almost nothing. But when it does come in, you have come to the edge. Now, this is a combination. I always see it as the Fool, which is the card that comes in after the World, and the Strength card. It's the courage. It says, a bold move is going to be called for. But I think you'll be able to do it. If you've gotten over this, you can do this. It says, come to the edge. Take that leap of faith. You're ready to take that leap of faith. And it might be something bold, something that you never thought you would have done. But you're ready to do it. Maybe that's the Page of Wands, right? Going in a completely new direction. Following some passion or creative urge that you have. It says, dearest you, there is only one you, and you have a unique path and a special purpose. This is pretty amazing. It says, you're supposed to have specific experiences in this world and meet certain people. But then it is up to you how you live, how awake you choose to be, and how willing you are to grow and strip away what's false. And that's the truth, right? You have your truth here. Excuse me. Don't compare yourself to others. It's easy to think a person is happier just because the outside looks good according to society's standards. But you can't know anyone's internal experience. Compare yourself only to your past self. See how far you've come. Exactly. Don't be distracted by what others are doing or accomplishing. Stay focused on what inspires you. That's how you get successful and find happiness. Want what you have now, not what someone else has. We love you immensely and know your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Trust. Loving you forever and ever. And the thing that really got me about this is that unique path thing. I think some of you have a unique story to tell. I mean, even if you're not doing anything, writing a book, doing any of that kind of stuff, there's some amazing opportunities coming in with these two. And it's a new path. I mean, the Page of Wands says that. It's a new adventure. Gets you excited. And the thing is, when we're excited, when we're faced with something like that, yes, it's exciting, but it can be a little daunting as well, right? We've just finished up something. But that's why Come to the Edge comes in. And it says, that's what are you going to do? Stay on that little platform? Yes, it's safe there, but it's time to take that leap. It's time to take that leap of faith and go for what it is that you're truly here to do, which is speak your truth and to have the stability and security that you didn't have before.